Welcome back everyone to Animal Crossing New Horizons series, part 53. Last episode, we went ahead and decorated a part of my island. I think we did decorate the front of Able Sisters as well as a part of the island where I did have a secret ocean view. But in this episode, we'll go ahead and continue decorating our Able Sisters. See if all the trees have completely grown and design all around it. It also seems like we have Gulliver on my island. If I do get a time, I'll go ahead and talk to him. After all, we do get some rare furniture items specific to what Gulliver has. Or I guess it's his theme. Now, I did work a bit on my island offline and made some decoration right next to the campsite. I'll go ahead and show that to you guys soon. But before that, it seems like we have quite a lot of mail today. Most of these items are what I actually ordered, but unfortunately with my pocket full, I won't be able to get all of those items from the mailbox. So I guess we'll ignore it for now. I'm planning on decorating quite a few parts of my island today and see how much progress we can do. The first thing I want to do is just talk to my villagers here, go to Resident Services building and see what we have in Nook's Top. I'm also planning to go ahead and make some changes on one of the log stairs. If you might know, the log stairs that is currently going to Bone's house in the left side of my island is actually right next to a bridge, and I feel like it's very inconvenient. I could definitely go ahead and move that log stairs to another place, so that's what I have decided to kind of do in this episode. We'll do it once I go through this first part of my daily routine. Unfortunately, while I was working offline, I lost the Nook Miles bonus I had, so I'm actually trying to start it once more. Hopefully this time I'll be able to actually keep it. Anyway, it seems like we are definitely doing a really good progress on decorating my island. I have a lot of different areas that I have sectioned off, and in each of these episodes we'll go ahead and complete either one huge section or multiple of these smaller sections. As long as I'm able to do a really good progress in each episode, I'll go ahead and complete it. Right now, I'm first gonna go ahead straight to where we have Able Sisters just because my pocket is completely full. But here is the new design that I made. That is a pathway to the ocean. As you might know, this was not here yesterday or in the last episode. So I went ahead and made a divot over there, placed some items, and that is a really good access to the ocean. Here is our Able Sisters. As you can see, this is what we did decorate in the last one. But for this one, I'll go ahead and complete decorating the other parts right here in the back side of all of these trees and the trees in the other side of this path. I did have a couple of fences up here in the last episode, but as you can see, I did go ahead and remove them. They do not look that good. I have a couple of new items. All of these items were from the newer DIY recipe. I did take some time offline before starting this episode to go ahead and craft most of them. So definitely we have some really good items. The first thing I did here was go ahead and place the bamboo partition, which I actually went ahead and had to customize. I really like the red color on the bamboo item, so I went ahead with that one. In between, since I did have some space in my pocket, I decided to go ahead with the shop. As you can see, there is not any item that I really want other than this outdoor table. Not really sure how we'll use it, but I think it's a good item for the campsite. So I guess I'll go ahead and quickly buy it. But of course, after that, I got a bit distracted. I saw this small patch of land right here, which I definitely was interested in designing. I had a really perfect item for this one, and the item was the stone statue. I think it's somewhere here on my pocket. Let me just search it. There we go, there it is. The stone lion dog. As you can see, it's a really cool item, and you'll be able to find it in different forms. This one is actually customized. There is another DIY recipe that comes with all of these stone structures. If you have the moss item, the one that I'm placing on the ground right there, you'll be able to do a mossy version of the statue, which is actually super cool. I think I had done that for my previous island, but with this one I just didn't have the DIY recipe, so I went with the one I already had. Now that I have decorated that part, I came back here. As you can see, here is a bit of designing that I did offline. This is the main pathway to Pashmina's house from the campsite, and I think it looks super good. Here is right front of the campsite itself, and I completely covered this one up. It looks like it's a foresty path, just what I wanted. I also went ahead and added a couple new items. You might have seen this tall lantern right here, which is a new recipe that I crafted. I think I really like that one. Maybe I will craft more of those lanterns and keep it all around my island. Anyway, that was the offline decoration that I did do. The next thing I wanted to do is decorate a bit of backside of the resident services building. This is a small area that I will not be accessing, so I definitely want it to be completely covered. Although I'm not really sure how I'll actually achieve it. For now, I'll go ahead and plant a tree right here. There we go, that is gonna be a cedar tree. As for these other small squares, I'll go ahead and plant a couple of shrubs as well as some other items. I went ahead with a country fence right here. And as for this area, I'm planning on having a better item for this one. Currently I don't really have that item, so I just went ahead and tried placing this custom made shelf. This is a bamboo shelf and I thought it might actually look good, but then I realized that the board that is right next to resident services building might actually cover it up, so I had to actually change this design. For now you might see me actually placing it. I think the better item for this one would be some kind of a solar panel. I do have that item in my mailbox, so let me actually get it. Sometimes I do wish that I did not have so many items in my pocket, but when I'm decorating, I feel like I need more items. Maybe I could actually try dropping the items I need on the area where I'm decorating and just pick them up. That is something I could do. I never thought about it. I usually just try to decorate the area with the items I already have in my pocket. Anyway, in this case I actually had to drop some items down here to get the one I actually needed. Let me go ahead and just place the item that I do have or do want to actually place right here. Sometimes it's truly frustrating when you actually need to place another item but your pocket is actually full. This has literally happened so many times that sometimes I do get really tired of it. I guess I do have to clean up my pocket at this point though. But here we go. This is the solar panel that I was talking about. As for the rest of the spaces here, I'll go ahead and just plant a couple of shrubs. There we go. I'm not really concerned about the placing. I know it's not practically gonna work if I do have it over there, but that is the best I can do for that spot right now. Well, after failing to decorate that small part, I decided to go ahead and change some things up. In this case, I went ahead and visited resident services building right here. Let me quickly talk to Tom and get that log stairs destroyed. I still have not made the changes to add the new one. So once I do get the kit from him, I'll go ahead and make the changes for the new place. First of all, let's go ahead and go into the option and select the log stairs that I want to remove. The one that I need is this one, which is right next to the bridge at the end. Let me quickly go ahead and demolish it. Right here I did a idiotic thing and clicked on the wrong option. It's so frustrating because we have so much dialogue here, but let me go through that whole dialogue once again. Alright, I guess we do have to select it once more. Now be careful when you are doing the selection, because if you select the wrong one, you might accidentally demolish the wrong bridge or stairs. In my case, I did actually had to take a look at it and then select it. But there we go. The access has been approved. Unfortunately, we won't be able to build the log stairs in this episode, so I definitely have to wait for that one. Alright, so here I am. This is the log stairs that I am removing. I'm quickly going to go ahead and make some changes to accommodate a new log stairs. As for the second one, I decided to go ahead and keep it a bit away from the current one. Initially, I wanted to have it in the same way that it is, but I decided to go ahead and try one in sideways. Let's see how that will actually look. So there we go, I have cleared out this one. So now that we have it, we'll be able to place a log stairs here sideways, and it will no longer obstruct my, the current bridge that I'm having. So here we are in the next area of my design or decoration. I went ahead and decided to decorate the small part of the island, which by the way was the only thing remaining in the side. Everything else in the campsite has been completely designed and decorated, so I think this is a good time for me to go ahead and complete this small part. Initially, I didn't have any specific decoration for this one other than the decayed tree that's right there. By the way, I did customize the decayed tree as well to have kind of a mossy glow on it. I think this one looks super cool. I do have to move it a bit aside and see if I can at least have a log bench or an area where I can actually sit down. The first thing I did, as you can see, was put out the dark dirt patch for all the trees that I do have here. Once this is completed, I'll go ahead and add a couple other items that would look good with this one. Since this is a small area, I do have a specific path pattern. It's that large flower you might have seen me never use till now. I think this is a good time for me to go ahead and actually use it. Hopefully we have enough space for it though. There we go. I think we are almost done. Just need to fill a couple more spaces. I have been thinking about adding a new path design for my island. As you can see, I only have 3 paths right now. One being darker green in color and the other 2 are light brown. I'm thinking more on dark brown path for my island, and I haven't yet found one. I'm still trying to find a good one which will go well with the other path designs I already have. Maybe a dark path which will actually have flowers on it as well. As for now, we'll go ahead and complete decorating this part. I did go ahead and use a lot of log fence right here, and at the end I went ahead and had I guess that's a bird water bowl. I'm not really sure what I'm supposed to call it though. But there we go. That's on the small part at the end there. As for this decaying tree itself, I do have a different idea for this one. Let me go ahead and check out if I do have. Yep, I do have a log bench. I might be able to keep it in this side rather than the other one. There we go. Let me push it to the side and try to plant some items here. I also do not want people to go down the cliff here, and I think that is an easier way to avoid by having a couple of shrubs. To be honest, I really didn't have a decorating design for this part. This is just me eyeballing stuff and just adding the items I have in my pocket. I think I do this a lot for different areas. But let's see if we can actually make it work for this one. Alright, there we go. I'm gonna add a couple of flowers and a couple of these other items. Well, it seems like I'm almost running out of all of my fences. I might have to go back and get that created, but for now, let's see how this will work out. There we go. I'll add a bit more of the stone path to kind of lead on to the log bench. I think that will make it look better. I'll also add a couple of these flowers in exchange with the stone path. There we go. As for the design that I was talking about, I was planning on going ahead and using it right under this decay tree. So let me go ahead and actually put that right here. Initially, I really liked this design and I thought I'll be able to make a path of it going up to my museum. But after actually using it right here, it looks so realistic that I don't think I want to actually use this one. I mean, it would be weird if you see giant flowers coming out of the floor in a random forest. So I think I should probably avoid using this one. But there we go. That is the design for the decay tree. There is another path that I definitely want to complete today. It's actually the path that leads up to the hidden ocean. I did complete decorating a part of it in the last episode. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to complete it right there, so I'll go ahead and cover it today. While making my way there, I went ahead and placed a clothing line right next to Ken's house, as well as a couple of shrubs to kind of cover this side part. I am not really sure how I would design Ken's house. I'm not even sure if I could actually have a path going to the ocean right there. That is actually my plan. While running by, as you can see, Ken had a thought bubble and apparently he wants to invite me to his house. Sure, why not? Recently, none of my villagers have actually invited me to their house. I think most of them just went ahead and came to my house instead. So this is pretty cool. Alright. As far as the interior designing goes, I really like Ken's house. Hopefully, he'll actually give me some of the DIY recipes for the same. Anyway, we are just playing a game right here, which I'm totally fine with. This game is one of my favorite. I think it's an easier one to actually win than the other card game that we have. Let's see if we do win this one. The number is 7, so we could actually get a lower as well as a higher one. In this case, I was right. We did get a lower number, and there we have our safety helmet. I don't think this is an item I already own, so it's pretty cool. He's also right here asking if I have anything I want to buy from his house. In this case, I think I'll actually go with the paper lamp. I mean, this is the only item that I think I could part with without ruining the design of his house. So I'll actually go ahead and go for this one. Alright, let's see how much it's gonna be. In this case, it's only 7 or 2 bells. That is very low, but I'll take it. Alright. I guess we could go on with decorating my island. So I'll go ahead and leave Ken's house. But here is the paper lantern. You know what? I think I'll go ahead and use it to decorate the front side of his house. I think that's a really good gift for him inviting me to his house. Hopefully in the future we will have more of other villagers inviting me to their house. I guess we do have to talk to them for quite a long time or build friendship with them to actually get invited. That is something I have to keep in mind because I really don't talk to my villagers that much these days, especially if I am playing offline. But let's see if we can do that. Alright. As for the paper lantern, I think this is a really good place for me to go ahead and place it. Alright, let me move a little bit and try this once again. Okay, let me go here and try. There we go. That is where we can actually place it. I guess I do have to be a bit more in this side to kind of place it, but that is perfect. There we go. It looks really good, especially right next to his house. Hopefully anyone who is going to occupy this place after he leaves my island, hopefully this item will actually go well with their house as well. I think this cliff on top of which his house and Bones' house is, I think I'll be decorating this one at the end. After all, this is the cliff that I created. at the end while I was terraforming my island as well. Well, here we are. This is the part that I was talking about. I'll go ahead and decorate this one. If you know, this will actually go ahead and go to the big tree where we had actually decorated in the last episode. I think the only item that I did place here was that forbidden altar, which is something I'll use in this area. The area which we did decorate in the last episode was initially where I wanted to have at least one of my villager's house, but unfortunately it was way too close for another villager's house and I didn't really want to have that. Usually I will avoid keeping villagers' houses right next to each other, so I decided to go ahead and just have a path that will actually go ahead and connect the rest of the two cliffs right next to each other through that path. I think that's what we did in the last episode. And one of those paths is the one that I am decorating right now. I also wanted to have this path without any trees, and that's the reason why I'm not really planting any here. I mean, there is enough space for a couple of trees, but I think just not having trees in this path would still make it look good. There we go. That is where I will place the forbidden altar. As for this end path here, I'll go ahead and plant a couple of items. A shrub, probably a flower, and another item. Alright, let's see which one I could actually use right here. There we go. That one looks good. If you're wondering, that's actually the bamboo lantern or the bamboo lamp. I also customized it to a red color. I'm not sure what it is with bamboo items. I really like to customize them. Either have a dry bamboo kind of color, which would be grayish, or the, I guess, smoked bamboo, which is actually the red one. I think this looks so much better than the normal green bamboo. Anyway, right here I'm just filling this one up. Maybe I'll be able to plant some flowers at the side. Usually when it comes to island decoration, I really like to have larger items on the center and smaller items around it. But sometimes I do feel that I have way too many items in an area and I might go back and change it up. In this case, I think we are good even though we have two items over there. But as for that huge tree in the back that you might be seeing, I might actually change it up. I'm waiting for another item that I have to yet craft or create. So once I do have that item, I'll then go ahead and change it up. For now, this is the pathway right here. Let me quickly go ahead and add some items here at the end before we move on. I guess that should be good. So that is this side of the river itself. I also need to go ahead and design the other side, which I think I will. Ooh, definitely missed that shot right there. Let me try climbing up and trying to take this balloon down. Usually when I'm playing, I sometimes do get a bit distracted with these presents. In this case, we definitely got a really good present right there. 10,000 bells is very helpful, especially for where I am now. But I think we are good with this. There we go. I'm also going to go ahead and plant a couple of items here before we move on. As far as some of these items go, I really need more glowing moss. As you might have seen, I only have 21 of them left and it will not last for the rest of my island design. Maybe I'll try and go to more of those boat tours to see if I'll be able to find either vines or glow moss in one of those islands. Now that I'm here, I'll go ahead and decorate this small area over here as well. I think this is the only thing that's left in this path. Last episode we did all the design in the other side of the tree. Today we'll just do the design for this side. You might have seen me add a bit more vines as well. I was able to find around 10 of them, so I did go around my island kind of adding a couple. I might need more though. Let's see. As for this area, I think I did actually add a couple of outdoor items, but never actually went ahead and did the pathway. I'll go ahead and continue the same pathway here as well and see how it looks. I think I have mentioned this before in the previous episode, but I actually have the decoration design for my museum ready. I might actually do that in the next episode. It's gonna be a big one because we have very large area over there that I might have to cover, but let's see if we can actually finish it in one episode. Right here I decided to go ahead with a larger path. Usually when I do put my patterns, I like them to be a bit smaller, but for this one I just decided to go with this larger pattern. Hopefully it does not look that bad. Oops, okay, I have been doing a lot of mistakes here, but let's see how this actually looks. There we go. Now that I've put this huge path over here, I feel like the tree behind is really not helping. Maybe at some point I'll come back here and switch this tree up with the mushroom that I have placed right behind. I think it was from Flo's house. That mushroom I did get a gift from Monty when he actually left the island, and I definitely really like that mushroom. I really want to use it, but I wasn't really sure where it would go well with my island. I think this patch of path right here might be the perfect space for it. Either way, before I go ahead with that, I'll quickly go ahead and complete the smaller path. Generally, people won't be able to see this one unless they are in this upper view, which I don't think you'll be able to have unless you're passing through this path. So I definitely don't want to miss this one. I'll go ahead and add this path right here and make it look a bit nicer than what it is right now. As usual, I'm going crazy with the stone path. I mean, this path is amazing. I do not know who created this though. Sadly, there wasn't no name, but it was amazing and I really like adding this everywhere. Alright, there we go. I think that should be enough. I don't want to add it too much on the other side because I have some plans on this side. I mean, I'll be re-terraforming that part at some point. Those 4 smaller platforms that I had done, I'm not really that sure about it, so I will actually go ahead and change it out. But of course, as for this huge path right here, I think this looks amazing. I'm pretty happy with the way it actually looks right now. Anyway, I think this is all for today's episode. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. If you are thinking about the Able sisters where I have not completed designing, I'll go ahead and take it up in the next episode. Now, if you did enjoy this video, please go ahead, like and subscribe to my channel. If you'd like to support me more on Patreon, check out the links in my description. And I'll see you guys in the next one.